Alright everyone, good morning. Today is Thursday, April 17th, 2025 at 10:27. And today we have our day 1 outlook to look at today. So going into today's day 1 outlook, we've got an enhanced risk here for parts of Nebraska and Iowa. For a slight risk, we've got parts of Nebraska, Iowa, into a little bit of South Dakota, going up into Minnesota actually as well. So that's our slight risk. Marginal risk we've got going from Nebraska into Iowa, even into a little bit of Missouri, out into Illinois, up into Wisconsin and Minnesota, and just a little bit of South Dakota. But yes, parts of Iowa do have a marginal risk as well. So, and we also have this tiny marginal risk down here in Missouri as well. So anyway, we're going to see what cities are impacted today with the risks. So, today, we have Omaha, Des Moines, Council Bluffs, Ames, and West Des Moines under a enhanced risk. Lincoln, Cedar Rapids, Rochester, Sioux City, and Bloomington under the slight risk. In Minneapolis, St. Paul, Madison, Rockford, and Sioux Falls under the marginal risk. So let's go ahead and see what we've got for our risks today. Today we only have a tornado risk for a 5% for parts of Nebraska and Iowa, and a 2% expanding from Nebraska into Iowa up into Minnesota. So yes, we do have the potential today for isolated tornadoes here. So we have Omaha, Council Bluffs, Bellevue, Fremont, and Columbus under the 5%, and Lincoln, Des Moines, Rochester, Sioux City, and Bloomington under a 2%. So we could see a tornado of maybe an EF1 possible in the 5% area. In the 2% area, you could just see a brief EF0, maybe an EF1 if it does become strong enough to produce that. So, anyway, please be mindful of that today. Going on to the wind risk for today, we've got the 15% for parts of Nebraska and Iowa, and we got the 5% for parts of Nebraska, Iowa, into Missouri, over into just a little bit of Illinois, up into Minnesota and Wisconsin, and even out into South Dakota a little bit. So yes, we do have this separate 5% here for this part of Missouri as well. More towards the western part of Missouri, almost into Kansas. So anyway, we've got Omaha, Council Bluffs, Bellevue, Fremont, and Columbus under the 15%. In Minneapolis, St. Paul, Lincoln, Des Moines, and Sioux Falls under the 5%. So for the 15%, we could see damaging wind gusts of 60 to 75 miles per hour. In 5%, we could just see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So, yes. Going into today's hail risk, this is the most concerning part. We have a 30% hatched risk for parts of Nebraska and Iowa. And it looks like we got a hatched 15% from the parts of Nebraska into Iowa as well. Normal 15%. We've got parts of Iowa and up into Minnesota, as well as out into South Dakota just a little bit. And for the 5%, we've got Nebraska up into South Dakota, into Minnesota, Wisconsin, a little bit of Iowa, and Illinois, and down into Missouri. We have this 5% down here as well into central to western Missouri, almost to the Kansas state line. So, anyway, parts of the cities impacted with the hail risk include Omaha, Lincoln, Des Moines, Sioux City, and Council Bluffs having the significant severe. Omaha, Des Moines, Council Bluffs, Ames, and West Des Moines having the 30%. Lincoln, Cedar Rapids, Rochester, Sioux City, and Bloomington under the 15%. And Minneapolis, St. Paul, Madison, Rockford, and Sioux Falls under the 5%. So, for the 30% hatched area, we could see hailstones of 1 to 3 and 1 to 4 inch hail possible, actually. So please be mindful of that. We could see, for the 15% hatched area, we could see 1 to 3.5 inch hail. Normal 15%, we could see 1 to 3 inch hail. Excuse me. And for the 5%, we could see 1 to 2 inch hail, maybe 2.5 as well. So please be mindful that that could be possible as well. Going into today's summary for the day one outlook. Isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms are expected, mainly from late afternoon into early tonight, from eastern Nebraska into western and the website reset on me, so I did not do that. Okay, let's try again. Isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms are expected, mainly from late afternoon into early tonight, for eastern Nebraska into western and central Iowa. Very large hail to 3 inches in diameter or greater, isolated severe gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour, and a couple of tornadoes will all be possible. So anyway, I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe today. There's today's hail risk. There's today's wind risk. There's today's tornado risk. And our day one outlook. So I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe. And I hope to see you, actually, stay weather aware and stay safe. And I will be back later for the day two outlook. But anyway, that's going to do it for me for right now. Take care, everybody.